Here's 5 post-apocalyptic survival games coming in 2025, with number 5 being one of my most anticipated survival games releasing this year. In Derelicts, you've crashed down to Earth in a space shuttle with the goal of rebuilding civilization on Earth. Waves of radiation forced mankind to live in space stations, and now you're trying to claim the Earth back. Your goal is not only to build a safe space to survive and protect you from the mutated creatures, but also to find the source of the radiation. In Derelicts, you'll be able to chop down trees, find materials, and build your base. It won't be some simple base though, as you'll use the power of the wind, sun, water to generate electricity, allowing you to automate your base and help you produce better materials to take on any challenges that come your way. I do really hope we get to see some more gameplay soon so that we can actually see how everything's going to come together. Derelicts is being created by a solo developer, so I'm really hoping that we do get to see it released this year. So this is rooted, it's set in the year 2100. A civilization has collapsed due to global biological warfare. Mother Nature has started taking back the world, cleaning up the damage caused in regional areas. Meanwhile, the urban areas are still full of dangerous bacteria that you'll need to limit your exposure to. You'll need to set up a camp and start to build and improve your camp to allow you to progress further into the game. With crafting being a key part of surviving, you'll need to gather supplies to either repair or salvage to learn how to reassemble them later. Keep in mind you are not going to be alone in the world, with animals, humans, and even robotic threats looming. Root is said to be an ever-evolving game with new areas, items, major events, and challenges appearing as you progress. It's not a new year of survival games if one of the core games isn't potentially releasing a sequel. This year, survival gamers can potentially look forward to playing State of Decay 3. So far, we don't know too much about the new gameplay for State of Decay 3. A new cinematic trailer came out at the end of 2024, so hopefully we'll get to see some new gameplay footage soon. The developers have stated they want to build on the success they've had with the previous games, but make it much larger and create a truly shared open world, and also bring back the emphasis on permadeath for community members. Really hoping we do find out some more information about this soon. This is probably the biggest survival MMO that will be dropping this year. Pioneer is an open world first-person shooter survival MMO set on a desolate post-apocalyptic island. Explore the vast island spanning over 50 square kilometers, featuring Soviet-era structures, mutated creatures, and dangerous anomalies. You'll need to survive in a harsh environment by managing hunger, thirst, radiation, and rest. Pioneer is focused on player choice and community interaction, offering a deep and engaging survival experience with a focus on realism and atmosphere. They're moving away from the standard health bars and character levels to make it more about your individual skill and knowledge in the game. There will be a main storyline to progress through, and also faction missions and challenge raids to participate in. These will help you to build relationships with the factions, influencing your gameplay experience. How you play Pioneer is really going to be up to you. Now, this is probably going to be one of my favorite survival games releasing this year, Into the Dead: Our Darkest Days. When I first played the demo for this, I didn't want to put it down. It's a side-scrolling shelter survival game that tasks you with guiding a group of zombie apocalypse survivors to safety. It's set in 1980s Texas after an unstoppable zombie virus has reached the US. The city of Walton has been overrun by hordes of zombies, and a handful of survivors are left behind. You'll need to manage these survivors as you seek a way to safety. To find safety, you'll need to go out and explore different locations, finding new safe houses to move to, closing the distance between your group of survivors and the safe zone. The game is broken into different cycles, so day and night. During these cycles, you'll be able to allocate your survivors to completing actions like cooking, resting, fixing barricades, or exploring new locations. Each survivor will have their own unique character with different traits that will make them excel at certain tasks while also struggling with others. These traits will impact how you allocate the tasks to these survivors. When you explore the different locations, you'll play as the allocated survivor, and you'll need to explore the location, scavenging resources, and defeating all the zombies. Don't forget though that death will be final for your survivors. Into the Dead: Our Darkest Days releases in Q2 of 2025.